Hi, I'm Jordan Pecor, and I took Doug Durfee's junior navigation class last year. He asked me to teach you guys how to program your graphing calculator to find the intercept and azimuth by the Law of Cosines method. This video will be in 3 parts. In the first part, I'll introduce you to the calculator and how to set it up. In part 2, we'll actually write the program, and in part 3, we'll run the program to make sure we get the results that we intended. You can write this program on a TI-83, a TI-83 Plus like I have over here, a TI-84, or a TI-84 Silver Edition like I have here. These calculators are commonly used in high schools and are readily available. The first thing you want to do with your calculator is make sure it's measuring angles in degrees. To do this, hit the mode button, scroll down to where it says either radians or degrees, and select degrees by hitting enter. You can exit this menu by hitting second mode, which activates the quit button. Now that the calculator is set up, we can begin writing our program. In this program, we'll store our LHA into a variable called A, our latitude into a variable called B, and our declination into a variable called C. We'll then run our program, which will calculate HC and Z. It'll store HZ into variable D. It'll store Z into variable E. And then we'll ask the program to display D and display E. To begin writing our program, select the program key. Scroll over to New and hit Enter to create a new program. You can name the program whatever you like. I'll call mine Law of Cos. You can see I'm typing by using these little green letters in the upper right side of some of the keys. Once you've selected the name of your program, hit enter. Now it's time to start typing in these equations from our sight reduction form. Follow along very closely. Hit second sign to get the inverse or the arc sign. Open another parentheses, cosine. We want the variable A, so you hit alpha A, close parentheses, times cosine alpha B, close parentheses, times cosine alpha C, close parentheses, and close again, plus, open parentheses, sine alpha B, close parentheses, times alpha C, close parentheses, close parentheses. Now we want to store that, so STO arrow, into a variable called alpha D. Hit enter. Now for our second formula. Second cosine will give us the inverse cosine or the arc cosine. Open another set of parentheses. Sine alpha C, close parentheses, minus sine alpha B, close parentheses, times sine alpha D, close parentheses, close again, divided by, open parentheses, cosine alpha B, close parentheses, times cosine alpha D, close, 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 and now we want to store this in alpha E. Hit enter. We've now calculated what HC and what Z are and stored them into D and E. Now we want to display D and display E. To do this, select Program, scroll to the right where it says Input Output, and scroll down to number 3, hit Enter, Alpha D, hit Enter, and we'll do the same thing, Program, Input Output, Display, Alpha E. Our program is now complete. We just finished writing our program, and now we want to run the program to make sure we're getting the answers that we should get. To exit this program, hit Second, Quit. Hit Clear to clear your screen. So to demonstrate that this works, I'll use one of my old site reduction forms. You can see my LHA was 322.95333. We simply take that number, 322.95333, and store it using the STO arrow into alpha A. We take our latitude, 40.59667, and store it to alpha B. Hit Enter. We take our declination, negative 18.631230, and store it to alpha C. Now we hit Program, Law of Cosines, hit Enter again. Our first number is our HC, 21.4940. Our second number is our Z, 142.1. As you can see, programming the calculator takes some time, but you'll no longer have to do that lengthy calculation. Every time you want to calculate your HC and your Z, you simply store your LHA into A, your latitude into B, your declination into C, and run your program. The first number that comes out will be your HC, and the second number that comes out will be your Z.